Hey, I want to know. I want to know.
Oh my god, I'm just like experiencing it from their perspective, and it must look so wild to see Elliot like this. Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another TV show reaction and commentary. And today we're going to be hopping into more Mr. Robot. We're going to be finishing up the first season of the series, and I gotta say, I've been having a blast with this one. This one is, I want to compare this one in similar leagues with like Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, series such as Dark. Like this has that potential. And if you guys don't know why, then I don't know. Maybe I haven't been doing a good job at explaining why, at least from a filmmaker standpoint, but also just from a standpoint of just looking and understanding what we are digesting here. There's multiple forms that are happening here. Obviously, we have a very interesting approach to looking at our society, holding the mirror up to our face and asking us the questions. So we have a very philosophical approach, but we also have a very incredible filmmaking approach to telling this narration. Just how we're able to move the camera, where we're able to decide the camera's positioning, and how we're able to just sit with a frame and understand these characters better. You know, it's like a very, very well built filter, you know, starting from the top that goes all the way to the bottom, and then you kind of just flip it in on itself, and the cycle continues. And I feel like that's not going to let up as the seasons continue as well. We left off with, I believe, what is it? Freaking Elliot finally understanding that he's kind of crazy. He's kind of crazy. Not only does he realize that he has a sister, but he almost pulled a move on her without realizing that that was who she was. And then on top of that, we find out that Mr. Robot is actually his father, who, I don't know at this point. They could either go with the route where he's still alive, or he is just making up this entire ambiguous character of his father, and this is what it looks like. And I'm leaning more towards that because of just the stories he told about his father, the intimacy with that, along with the mysterious nature along with that. I feel like Elliot just wasn't able to process what happened truly, especially when losing his father. So he built this this almost like imaginary friend, this depiction of someone who is Mr. Robot within the show, and that would explain a lot of things. I love how they've been shooting specifically his character, and if you notice, it almost seems like filmmaking sort of, well, not filmmaking itself, but the rules and the gravity that apply to everybody else. When it comes to their characters and the character's actions and the weight that comes after a character's action, it never applies to that character. He almost is like a ghost whenever he's around other people, and it's only until Elliot is breaking apart mentally after what has happened with his girlfriend, we're starting to see the Mr. Robot personality actually interact outside of dependence of Elliot, you know? And that's another cool way of kind of just like throwing me off the track, maybe saying like, oh, see, he's not a fake person. He might actually be a real person, but I don't know. My theory, and this is crackpot theory right here, okay? I don't know what I'm cooking, but I'm just using what some of the clues that I was given, at least in season 1. And I hope that we get more. But I really do feel like Mr. Robot, the depiction of him, is not real. I think whenever that happens, Elliot blips out. There was a moment, specifically in the last episode, if you guys paid attention, there's a moment where Elliot shows how he can blip out. He literally proves it to us, you know, and he's talking to us, the audience members, and he shows that he does it. My thing is, what if he doesn't know if he's doing it, and when he blips out, he becomes that person? That's the only way I can explain how Mr. Robot can even talk to other people outside of Elliot's dependency. I'm excited to see where they take this. We have 2 episodes to get through. This is going to wrap up season 1. So I hope that you guys are just as excited as I am. As always, if you want to be able to support more of this journey and this hilarious ride, definitely check out the Patreon. You can also support by leaving a like, comment, and subscribe. And at the end of the day, you don't have to do any of those things. I hope that you can just sit back, relax, get your popcorn and snacks as we hop into Mr. Robot.
If you agree to testify, I will testify that I broke chain of custody with a DAT file.
Yeah, it's crazy. I feel like in the entire intro, I was just talking about Elliot, but there's a lot of things popping off with other characters. We got Tyrell, we got Angela. Tyrell out here just catching bodies because he's just, I don't even know, man. This dude is on something.
I think we should talk.
This show is crazy, man.
Got it wrong, I admit it. So what happened?
Mr. Robot.
I think this is a flashback.
I'd recommend the Penti.
I believe this is a flashback.
Just calm down. I'm sure there's an explanation for this.
I don't want an explanation. The only thing I want from you is my money and a fucking apology.
Bro, you need to settle down. What the heck? That energy is crazy.
And no.
Excuse me?
The answer is no.
He said the answer's no. Yeah, bro, you should have came in there with a little bit less hostility. That's crazy.
That's your life. You know what? Keep your 20. I'll just go to Best Buy from now on.
Oh, he got you with that. My man threw out massive corporation. And then we see that connection with Evil Corp. The signs were already there.
Even though what you did was wrong, you're still a good kid. That guy was a prick.
I feel like that episode hits for episode 7 or whenever
Let's go. It starts in 15 minutes. I want to get some popcorn.
his girlfriend passed away. Because, man, he was going through it with that. That's a lot of weight to carry. He said, even though you make a mistake, you are still a good kid. That's cool how even the font is worn down. That was really cool how they did that. Wow. The fact that there is a Bank of E transaction store just right there.
That's not earth-shattering news. You never really did like cleaning your room.
Elliot is bamboozled right now. he cannot believe what he is seeing right now. The look of shock and a bunch of other things is portrayed wonderfully.
Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you tell me? This whole time!
Elliot, you are not well. I was trying to handle it gently.
How does he even know that he kissed Darlene? How does he even know that? He wasn't even there.
It's been about us doing something important. And that's what it still needs to be about.
Wow.
Died. He died.
Dude, what if Mr. Robot is just the rage and confusion of little Elliot?
My voice after appearing at my door 20 years after your supposed death.
This story could do so much with that. Oh my god, if that's the truth, that would be insane.
Elliot, you don't want them to hear us. Especially after my impromptu visit from Tyrell Wellick last night.
Look, Elliot can't even fathom this. He's like, my father is standing in my apartment right now after years of having me think that he was dead.
Is that why they've been following?
Seeing Elliot like this, the rage is... Man.
Because of you?
He's so capable of it, you know?
Who's trying to control me?
The people out there who don't want me alive. The people who are afraid of us. We have to be more.
Golly, the soundtrack is hitting Blade Runner 2049 levels right here.
This on hold? Are you out of your goddamn mind?
It's not safe to discuss this here.
I don't give a shit!
Yeah. This is such good acting. Wow. I love it. That's so believable. It's like, bro, I don't give a damn who's outside. You gotta answer and tell me now.
God, if you only knew.
Tell me. I would love to know.
They hacked us. You know that. It's all over the news. Not normally a company can get through this.
Again, I love their simple framing. Just having these characters on the corner side of the frame, but having them in close proximity to how they're positioned. It still creates this intimacy, even though the two of them aren't in the frame together.
I'm still trying to grasp on this.
But it also still shows that there's a disconnection, obviously. Gideon is definitely feeling that.
Yeah, can we scan these and email the PDFs to me and copy Roy on them? Shouldn't you be at work?
I quit.
Hey! Wow. I'm sure Gideon did not... that did not help Gideon's case, but wow. Yeah, Angela is all in.
Who is this? It's me. I'm looking for Elliot. He's not at work. I think he's flipping out again.
What do you mean?
He tried to kiss me last night.
Wait, that's... Oh my gosh.
Like this.
Yeah, they
really
probably
need to
know
know.
each other because she would know that Elliot would have a sister, right?
Where are you?
Damn, that's so crazy. This story is so good, man. That's such a good way of hiding information.
Brother, and I'm just trying to help. That requires no explanation.
You don't want to tell me what's really going on here? That's fine. But then stop asking me for my help.
Damn. Damn, that was real on both ends, if I can be honest with you. That's so cool that they know each other. I never would have expected that, but after that revelation, it makes so much sense.
It's too risky. I know you're confused, Elliot, but I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you exactly where I've been this whole time.
Yeah, I think you don't want to see Darlene because I think you're for real dead. I think Elliot has made you in his mind like some foster's home for imaginary kids.
I know you don't trust me. I wouldn't either, but I'm telling you. I'm remembering more and more now as time.
Or whatever that imaginary cartoon show was. I forgot. It's a good show, though. It's so cool seeing some of the F Society stickers littered around. It's a good way to almost like show a organic takeover. Because I'm sure whether by the end of the season or maybe in the beginning of the next or the end of the next, we'll see a lot more F Society.
Vad är det du säger?
Jag har lust att vara gift med en man som dig med.
Oh,
Johanna.
okay, that was crazy. What the hell? Why did she just say that?
Förstår vad jag säger till dig nu, okej? Hvis du vill vara en del av den här familjen, så fixar du det.
Dude, this is supposed to be the best moment, one of the best moments in a human's life. And that has just been shrunk to shreds. I also want to say the way they are moving Gideon around, it almost feels like he is potentially a sacrificial lamb.
Yeah. Good.
I feel like he's a good person ready to just be slaughtered.
Yeah, my heart goes out to him. I don't know what I'd do if...
Yeah, I know. But the thing is...
He's like, yeah, I know. I don't really care. That's so crazy, man. Someone died on your rooftop.
Scott will continue here. But you, I'm afraid, cannot.
Wow, he's getting fired. He is getting fired. How is he going to cope with this? Because he's crazy.
You can't do this.
You can't! I've killed myself for this company! I've been promoted faster than anyone else!
He's just throwing out a tantrum like a child right now. Especially since he just fired the other people from the last episode.
Understand it. It's the only way to reconcile this failure with yourself.
That's crazy. The thing is, that's solid advice, but it's coming from somebody who is evil. So it comes off as extremely evil. Yeah, I'm sure that's not going to be okay. I'm sure he's not going to enjoy that.
These people are going to be home soon. Not the best time for a B&E.
This is where it happened, isn't it?
What? Where what happened?
You remember anything about that window?
I love how they just assume that you'd know that Elliot was able to get into this place.
What are you doing? Calm down.
Because he's a good lockpick.
Please, Elliot. You don't have to be angry at yourself anymore. Just let it go. Please, let it go.
You're right. I was angry.
Oh, he's gonna let go. He's going to let go.
Let go.
What is going on with Elliot, man? Elliot is going insane.
Yeah. Shit. Weird new dad's back.
How many people's homes are gonna get broken into to find Elliot? That is funny as heck.
We're almost there. Almost there.
Why are we here? I thought you said we were going.
Oh my goodness. They're gonna show his gravestone. They're gonna show his gravestone. We are about to get our answer quicker than I expected.
Tried to protect your son, but they caught up to us.
What are you talking about?
Yep, Elliot's about to find out that he's deep. He's deep in it.
Tell me right now.
Listen to me, because we don't have much time. They're gonna try and get rid of me again, and I need you to not let them.
Why would they get rid of you?
Please, Elliot, listen to me.
Oh my goodness, they know of what's happening with Elliot. Even to this degree, this must have happened prior.
I love you, son.
This is a defense mechanism.
What's he talking about? What's he talking about? Hey, I want to know. I want to know.
Oh my god, I'm just like experiencing it from their perspective, and it must look so wild to see Elliot like this.
You mean I'm talking to him?
Oh man, all the air just left my lungs.
Elliot.
Wow, he's even feeling the pain. He threw himself out the window.
Who?
This can't be happening. This can't be happening. This can't be happening.
Oh my goodness, man. This breakdown is sad, man.
I am Mr. Robot.
Good Lord, man. I was not expecting them to answer it in this episode. That's crazy. I feel like in other TV shows they would have lingered that moment all the way until the last episode or into the next season. But man, I'm so happy they did that.
I think I'm pretty fucking far from okay.
Look, you can even see the F Society stickers just
Don't take this.
taking up more of the frame. You can just see it here and there. It's slowly leaking into the actual reality of things. That's like the one person Elliot will literally let hug him. Or maybe like one of three. Two of them are there and the other person's dead, so.
Remember what?
When we first started F Society.
There's a whole chunk that is missing from his cortex. And that is literally how F Society was even started in the first place.
Knowles, it's urgent.
Oh, no. Definitely not now. You haven't heard?
Gideon is just getting... Gideon, poor dude, bro. His life, every other day, it gets 10 times worse. He's just trying to keep his head on his shoulders. No way this dude just pulled up to her parents' place. No way. He came in there with the suits and the ties.
Then what?
You boys can wait outside.
Oh, snap. What type of ultimatum are you going to give her?
You're relentless and smart. That combination is very valuable to a lot of important people. People I know.
Where are you going with all...
Oh, wait, hold up. Is he about to give her a job offer? What?
Land you a pretty lucrative gig.
A gig?
Oh, man. That's even more complicated than an ultimatum.
It's them.
So you'll find this out fairly soon, but in business, grudges aren't really a thing. It's too emotional. It's because you pulled off what you pulled off.
This man said grudges aren't really a thing in business. They're too emotional. I feel like that is going to be important for later on.
We started a rainy day fund when the leak happened just for this occasion. The fund itself has already made 5 times that amount.
God, they had money just chilling just for this occasion, man. Just so they can outpay their opponents.
Perhaps you should try from within. Because this is what happens from the outside.
Oh, man. This reminds me of The Network. That table scene within I believe it was The Network. No wonder her father had that pissy face on his, pissy look on his face.
There is a part of you somewhere deep down inside that knows this is the right thing to do.
That's complicated, man. That's complicated. Because that's like also weirdly manipulative, but also she's right with that. You know, like she's right. This came from him. There's obviously a deep-seated reasoning to why he's doing what he's doing. And it almost seems like
You were in my shoes.
well, like the theme of holding accountability.
I'm officially crazy, but the plan isn't. Is it?
Oh my god, that shot with the door creeping back open. Oh, that's crazy.
The hell are you?
It's freaking Tyrell. What? What is Tyrell doing here? Why does he keep popping up? Has he been talking with his father the whole time? Has he been talking to Mr. Robot? That personality the whole time?
I don't know what your grand plan is, but I need to, and you're going to tell me.
Uh-oh. We know what this implies. We know what that implies when he put on the surgical gloves.
2 days ago, I strangled a woman to death. Just with my hands. It's a strange sensation.
Dude, this guy is so crazy. There's so many crazy people in this series, man. It's wild.
Nothing else. That moment stayed with me.
Wow. He said that moment stayed with him. Not the fact that he killed somebody, but the fact that he held power. And we see him powerless in many instances, and how he tries to take power in other instances, where he beats up on the homeless, fires people without question, strangles people, but then also performing acts with his wife, him being bossed around by his wife.
Who else was involved?
Just me.
Still protecting. Still protecting. That's good. But now you're in cahoots with Tyrell.
What did you hope to accomplish by doing all of this?
The same reason why you try to take power.
I wanted to save the world.
Wow. Hearing him say that was so weirdly charming. Wow. Guys, this episode rocked. All right, everybody, we just got done episode 9 of Mr. Robot. This was great. Everything that I've talked about in the intro prior to what we were going to be getting into in this episode was answered. Like, I'm not even joking. And this was like, you know, I talked for like 5 minutes, you know, thinking of like certain angles and different routes where they can, you know, routes that they could take. And to see them answer all of it and then not only do that, but build up newer seeds to be developed is crazy. That's crazy, because usually you would have these elements that you can definitely prolong them. I'm not saying if you do this it's bad or anything, but it's awesome to see something different, something that goes outside of the expectation, and that is them answering the biggest mystery, I would say, for season 1, which is who is Mr. Robot, you know, and how did he come to be? And we get that explanation. We finally understand that Mr. Robot is Elliot's father, but not only is he Elliot's father, but he's been dead. He's not alive. He's been dead, and it was actually a defense mechanism and something built up deep within Elliot's consciousness that has brought him into the surface of reality. Not only that, though, it also came to a realization that Elliot takes over this persona. So it's not even just the fact that he is seeing this entity that is quite literally protecting him. I mean, we say that in quotations because it's more so that entity not wanting to disappear, you know, never wanting to leave Elliot's side. But not only that, we find out that he is blipping in and out of reality and switching personalities. And it's great because I mentioned that right in the intro, you know, in the episode prior, where he literally shows us how he's able to blip out. And that communication is directly told to us. It's directly experimented with us, not with any other character, because obviously that'd be very weird, right? So just seeing, you know, the cracks within the walls finally add up, and seeing the wall crumble down, and seeing what's behind this wall, it's fascinating. It's dark. It's sad, man. You can really feel Elliot's pain and confusion, and obviously it's so brilliantly acted from everyone, because during that moment I was very curious as to how Angela and Elliot's sister was viewing Elliot from their perspective, because obviously from our perspective Elliot is talking to his father, but on their perspective Elliot is by himself, and he has been by himself the entire time. And then looking back on the previous episodes where Elliot just didn't want to be alone, and he always had Mr. Robot by his side, and found great comfort with that. It's heartbreaking to realize that he was by himself. You know, when he was going through that withdrawal, there was no one there. It was just him. And that's painful. That's a lot of weight that comes with that. But looking through the silver lining, I really do feel, despite the sadness within that scene, there's a great sense of ownership and accountability that comes with finally knowing what's happening, because there was an innocence involved with Ellie just simply not knowing what was going on. But I feel like now that he can finally take proper ownership through the pain, through the sadness, and through the now unfortunate awareness that you're actually crazy and insane, unfortunately, there's this optimism that we're left off with at the end there, where he finally says, I just wanted to save the world. You know, when Tyrell is asking him, why did you do this? Why are you doing this? There's this weird optimism and almost childlike leadership and dream that Elliot talks about, where he just simply says, I just wanted to save the world, almost as if someone just says, I want to be president or I want to be an astronaut. And they're having this music playing in the background that kind of matches the melody of that scene, and it's exciting, it's thought-provoking, and it leads me to get ready for the next episode. I'm excited to see how this plan goes off, man, because how he's making it sounds like everything at least a financial level, at a capitalistic level, will be set to zero. At least when it comes to Evil Corp, which is, I want to say, technically like the Apple of today's society. So it's going to be interesting seeing how they execute it and how Elliot feels about this and what is left to greater seasons. I'm curious because this one is firing off of all cylinders. So guys, as always, if you wanted to be able to check out more and follow the momentum, check out the Patreon. But for everybody else, we'll see y'all next week. Stay healthy and stay hydrated because we are just getting started.
Purple jacket, pocket full of weed. Everything that I should ever need. Grab some matches cause they give them free. Just like my time.